What if I told you that you could become the most streamed rap artist on Spotify without ever showing your face, without doing a single interview, and without anyone knowing who you really are? Esdeekid proved it's possible. In less than a year, he went from complete unknown to having the most streamed rap album per day on Spotify, 2 of the top 4 most daily streamed rap songs, tickets to his shows reselling for $700, and a viral conspiracy theory that he might secretly be one of Hollywood's biggest stars, all while staying completely anonymous. This isn't luck. This is a masterclass in mystery marketing, viral strategy, and building hype through scarcity. Rule 1. Use mystery as your core marketing strategy. Most artists think success means being everywhere. Show your face, do interviews, let fans know everything about you. Esdeekid proved the opposite works even better. Nobody knows who he is, nobody has seen his face, nobody knows his real background, and that mystery is exactly why people can't stop talking about him. This is called mystery marketing. When you hide your identity, people become obsessed with figuring it out. They create theories, they analyze every detail, they debate online for hours. That engagement is free marketing that money can't buy. Look at how Esdeekid presents himself. In every photo, every video, every concert, he wears a mask that only shows his eyes. No face reveals, no personal details, no explanations, just the music and the mystery. This creates what's called the curiosity gap. People want answers, they want to know who's under the mask, and until they get those answers, they stay engaged. Compare this to artists who share everything. Daily vlogs, behind the scenes content, personal life updates. There's nothing left to wonder about, no mystery to solve. Esdeekid understood that the unknown is more interesting than the known. The Masked Singer TV show proved this. The idea that it could be anyone keeps people watching. Esdeekid applied this same principle to music, and the result? Millions of people trying to figure out his identity. Free press coverage, viral social media discussions, constant speculation. The lesson: you don't need to show everything to build a fan base. Sometimes hiding creates more interest than revealing. Mystery makes people lean in. Clarity makes them move on. Rule 2. Let conspiracy theories fuel your hype. Here's where Esdeekid's strategy gets genius. A conspiracy theory started spreading online that he might secretly be actor Timothée Chalamet. Most artists would immediately shut this down. Esdeekid? He let it spread, and it made him even bigger. This is called strategic ambiguity. When rumors help your brand, don't deny them. Let them work for you. The Timothée Chalamet theory started on Reddit in August. Someone pointed out their eyes look similar. Most people took it as a joke at first, but over 3 months, it transformed into a viral conspiracy that millions actually discussed. Why? Because Esdeekid never confirmed or denied it. And Timothée Chalamet himself commented an eye emoji on a post about the theory. This only fueled the speculation more. Suddenly, music fans and movie fans were both talking about Esdeekid. People who never heard his music were now curious. That's cross-audience exposure without spending $1 on marketing. The evidence people pointed to made it even better. Both have similar looking eyes. Both wore the same Alexander McQueen skull scarf in photos. Chalamet attended a fake Mink concert, who happens to be Esdeekid's frequent collaborator. Chalamet has a history of loving hip-hop and even rapped in high school under the name Lil Timmy Tim. Tyler, the Creator, is the co-star in his new movie Marty Supreme. Every connection, real or coincidental, added fuel to the fire. But here's the business genius. It didn't matter if it was true. The speculation alone brought massive attention. Music blogs covered it. Social media exploded. Even mainstream media discussed it. All free publicity for a mysterious new artist, and it timed perfectly with Chalamet's new movie release, so he had no reason to shut it down either. It was great PR for both sides. The lesson: don't always rush to correct rumors about you. If speculation helps your brand and doesn't hurt anyone, let it breathe. Viral theories create organic marketing that paid campaigns can't replicate. Rule 3. Build hype through scarcity and exclusivity. Esdeekid doesn't flood the market with content. He releases strategically. He stays rare. He makes everything feel exclusive. This is called scarcity marketing. His first song under the name Esdeekid appeared on SoundCloud in May 2024, just a year and a half ago. His debut album, Rebel, dropped in June 2025 with only 11 tracks. That's it. One album, limited content, but that limited content created massive demand. When he announced his first headlining tour, nearly 30,000 people were in the queue just for the LA show, a venue that only holds less than 1,000 people. Tickets that originally cost reasonable prices were reselling for $700. That's not just hype, that's manufactured scarcity, creating insane demand. Compare this to artists who tour constantly and release music every month. Their shows don't sell out, their tickets don't resell for hundreds of dollars because there's always another show, always another release. Esdeekid made everything feel rare and valuable. One album, one tour, limited availability. If you don't get it now, you might never get another chance. That fear of missing out drives people to act immediately. The lesson: don't oversaturate your market. Make your releases feel like events. Make your shows feel exclusive. Scarcity creates value. Abundance creates indifference. Rule 4. Let your unique sound stand out. Here's what makes Esdeekid's music impossible to ignore. His thick Scouse accent from Liverpool. In a genre dominated by American rappers, he sounds completely different. This is called differentiation through authenticity. When everyone sounds the same, sounding different makes you memorable. His heavy Liverpool accent is so strong that it became a defining part of his brand. Lines like "young Scouse kid" make it sound like I'm from Texas play with that contrast. American listeners had never heard UK drill with this specific accent and flow. It was fresh, it was unique, it demanded attention. Produced entirely by UK producer Rafe 9. The beats hit hard with dark, aggressive production. Songs like Phantom and LV Sandals with Fake Mink and Rico Ace showcased his style. Heavy-hitting beats, thick accent, fire flows. It was different enough to cut through the noise. But here's the key. He didn't try to sound American to appeal to a bigger market. He leaned into what made him different. That authenticity is what made him stand out. Compare this to international artists who try to hide their accents or copy American styles. They blend in, they get lost in the crowd. Esdeekid embraced what made him unique, and it became his superpower. The lesson: don't hide what makes you different. Your unique qualities are your competitive advantage. Lean into them, amplify them, make them impossible to ignore. Rule 5. Use TikTok as your primary growth engine. Here's the real reason Esdeekid blew up so fast: TikTok. His music took over the For You page, and millions of people discovered him organically. This is called platform optimization. Esdeekid's songs were perfectly designed for TikTok. Short, catchy hooks, hard-hitting beats, unique accent that grabs attention. His track, Phantom especially, became a viral sound. People used it in videos, they created content around it, they spread it organically. Within months, his music was everywhere on the platform. But here's what made it work. The music was genuinely good. No amount of marketing can force a bad song to go viral. But a great song with a unique sound, TikTok's algorithm will push it. His collaboration LV Sandals with Fake Mink and Rico Ace also gained massive traction. Released in February 2025, it put Esdeekid on people's radar months before his album even dropped. By the time Rebel released in June, he already had momentum. And when TikTok caught on in late 2024, that momentum exploded. The algorithm pushed his music to millions. Those millions streamed on Spotify. Those streams pushed him up the charts. Those chart positions brought more attention. It's a snowball effect that compounds rapidly. The lesson: understand which platforms drive discovery for your genre. TikTok is the discovery engine. Create music that works on the platform. Let the algorithm do the marketing for you. Rule 6. Stay independent and keep full control. Here's what makes Esdeekid's success even more impressive. He's not signed to a major label. He releases through a small independent label called Lizzie Records, and he's currently outstreaming major label artists with massive budgets. This is called independent leverage. Most people think you need a major label to reach the top of the charts. You need their money, their connections, their marketing machine. Esdeekid proved you don't. Lizzie Records is a small label with very little public information. No massive marketing budget, no huge industry connections. Just strategic releases and letting the music speak for itself. This means Esdeekid likely keeps a much larger percentage of his earnings. Major label artists might get 15 to 20% of streaming revenue. Independent artists can keep 70 to 80% or more. When you're generating millions of streams per day, that difference is massive, but staying independent also gave him creative control. No label telling him to change his sound, no executives demanding he show his face, no pressure to do interviews or traditional promotion. He built his brand exactly how he wanted, and it worked. The lesson: don't assume you need a major label to succeed. With the right strategy, independent artists can compete at the highest levels, and you keep more money and more control in the process. Rule 7. Let the music do the talking. Esdeekid has never done an interview. He doesn't do press runs. He doesn't explain his creative process. He just drops music and lets it speak for itself. This is called the direct-to-fan approach. Traditional music marketing says you need press, you need interviews, you need to explain your vision. Esdeekid said no to all of that. Instead, he focused entirely on the product. Make great music, release it strategically, let fans discover it organically. No PR budget, no publicist, no media training, just music videos and streaming releases. And it worked because the music was strong enough to carry itself. When your product is good, you don't need to over-explain it. People will find it, people will share it, people will talk about it. His album Rebel debuted on the Billboard charts in November, 5 months after it was released. That's organic growth, not paid promotion, word of mouth, TikTok virality, genuine fan support. Compare this to artists who spend hundreds of thousands on marketing campaigns, press runs, radio promotion, paid playlist placements, and still don't chart. Esdeekid spent almost nothing on traditional marketing and became the most streamed rap artist on Spotify. The lesson: if your product is strong enough, it will market itself. Focus your energy on making great work, not convincing people it's great. Quality speaks louder than promotion. Rule 8. Create a visual identity that reinforces your brand. Esdeekid's visual presentation is consistent and memorable, always wearing a mask, always showing only his eyes. This creates instant brand recognition. This is called visual branding. When people see a photo of someone in a mask showing only their eyes, they immediately think Esdeekid. That's brand equity. His album cover for Rebel was bold and aggressive, red and black colors, dark imagery. It matched the energy of the music perfectly. His music videos maintained the same aesthetic. Dark, mysterious, intense. Everything worked together to create a cohesive brand. But the mask wasn't just about mystery. It became a symbol, an icon, a trademark. Fans recognize it instantly. Media uses it in every article about him. It's simple, it's memorable, it's effective. Compare this to artists with no visual identity, random photo shoots, inconsistent aesthetics, no memorable imagery. They blend together. Nothing sticks in people's minds. Esdeekid created a visual that's impossible to forget. The lesson: your visual brand should be as strong as your music. Create a consistent look that people recognize immediately. Simple, bold, and memorable beats, complex and forgettable. Rule 9. Build community through speculation and engagement. Esdeekid's fans don't just listen to his music. They investigate, they theorize, they debate online. This creates active engagement instead of passive consumption. This is called community building through participation. Fans have created an entire subreddit dedicated to figuring out who he is. They analyze his lyrics for clues. They compare photos. They track his social media activity. There's a theory he used to make music as an artist called dual spines. Vocal similarities, timeline connections. Both artists' eyes look similar. When Esdeekid blew up, Dual Spines disappeared. Then Dual Spines' account recently returned with a cryptic video. Every new piece of information sparks hours of discussion. Some fans think Dual Spines is his brother. Others think they're the same person. Nobody knows for sure. And that's exactly the point. The mystery keeps people engaged far longer than just listening to songs. They're invested in the story, the puzzle, the community of people trying to solve it. Compare this to artists where everything is known. Fans listen to the music and move on. There's no deeper engagement, no ongoing conversation. Esdeekid created a brand that demands active participation. The lesson: give your fans something to engage with beyond just the music. Mystery, puzzles, and unanswered questions create ongoing conversations. Active communities are more loyal than passive audiences. Rule 10. Time your releases strategically. Esdeekid didn't blow up immediately when his album dropped. Rebel released in June 2025, but it didn't chart until November. 5 months later. That's strategic patience. This is called slow burn marketing. Most artists think you need to explode immediately on release day. Huge first week numbers, instant chart debuts. But Esdeekid let his music grow organically over time. The album was out there. TikTok discovered it gradually. Songs like Phantom started going viral months after release. By the time the mainstream caught on, he had already built a massive momentum underground. This created a feeling that he was already established, already proven, already successful. Not a new artist begging for attention, but a phenomenon people were just discovering. That perception matters. Fear of missing out drives them to check it out immediately. Compare this to artists who push everything on release day. Maximum visibility for 1 week, then nothing. The momentum dies, the hype fades. Esdeekid's slow build created sustainable growth instead of a temporary spike. The lesson: don't panic if your release doesn't explode immediately. Let it breathe. Let it find its audience organically. Slow burns often create bigger, more sustainable success than quick spikes. Rule 11. Use cosigns strategically. Esdeekid didn't build his career alone. He collaborated with buzzing underground artists like Fake Mink and Rico Ace. These strategic partnerships introduced him to new audiences. This is called collaborative growth. Fake Mink is another UK artist who's been getting big cosigns lately. Their collaboration LV Sandals put both artists in front of each other's fan bases. Esdeekid also got cosigns from artists like Yate, whose own overnight rise is being compared to Esdeekid's trajectory. That comparison alone brings credibility. That's the power of strategic cosigns. But Esdeekid didn't chase cosigns from massive mainstream artists. He built within the underground. With artists who shared his aesthetic and audience, that authenticity matters. Fans can tell when collaborations are forced for commercial reasons, but when artists genuinely connect and make music together, it feels real. The lesson: build relationships with artists in your lane who are slightly ahead of you. Cosigns from the right people open doors to new audiences, but choose collaborators who align with your brand, not just the biggest names available. Rule 12. Maintain the mystery, even as you grow. Here's what separates Esdeekid from other artists who use mystery early on. He's maintained it as he's grown. Most artists reveal themselves once they get big. Esdeekid hasn't. Even after becoming the most streamed rapper on Spotify, he still wears the mask, still no interviews, still no face reveals. This is called consistent brand integrity. The mystery that got him here is the mystery that will keep him here. Breaking it now would betray the entire brand he's built. His first headlining tour is coming in January. Fans are paying $700 for tickets, and they still won't see his face. That takes commitment, that takes discipline, but it's also what keeps the brand strong. The moment he reveals himself, the mystery ends, the speculation stops, the theories die. he becomes just another rapper with a face and a backstory. By maintaining the mystery, he stays unique, he stays interesting. Compare this to artists who start mysterious but reveal everything once they get attention. The novelty wears off immediately, the mystique disappears. Esdeekid understands that the mystery is the brand, and protecting the brand means protecting the mystery. The lesson: if mystery is core to your brand, don't abandon it when you get successful. Stay consistent, maintain the identity that got you here. Breaking character might give you one big moment, but maintaining it gives you a lasting career. Esdeekid became the most streamed rap artist on Spotify by doing everything the music industry says not to do. No face reveals, no interviews, no traditional promotion, just mystery, great music, and strategic patience. He proved that you don't need the industry's approval to reach the top. You don't need a major label. You don't need radio play. You don't need to follow the standard playbook. You need a unique sound, a strong visual identity, and the discipline to stay consistent with your brand. He used mystery as his core marketing strategy. He let conspiracy theories fuel his hype. He built scarcity and exclusivity into everything he did. He let his unique sound stand out instead of trying to blend in. He used TikTok as his primary growth engine. He stayed independent and kept full control. He let the music do the talking instead of over-explaining. He created a visual identity that reinforced his brand. He built community through speculation and engagement. He timed his releases strategically for long-term growth. He used cosigns strategically to expand his reach, and he maintained the mystery even as he grew. This isn't just about Esdeekid, this is a blueprint for how to build a career in the modern music industry when you understand human psychology. People are drawn to mystery, they're obsessed with puzzles, they want to be part of something exclusive. Esdeekid gave them all of that while making genuinely great music, and the result? From complete unknown to chart-topping artist in less than a year. If you're building a music career, study this approach. You don't need to copy the mask, but you can learn from the strategy. Create intrigue. Build scarcity. Let quality speak for itself. Focus on platforms where your audience discovers music organically. Stay independent if you can. Keep creative control. Protect your vision. And most importantly, stay consistent with whatever brand you build. Because in today's music industry, the artists who win aren't the ones following the old rules. They're the ones creating new ones. And Esdeekid just wrote the playbook for how to blow up through mystery, authenticity, and letting the music speak louder than any interview ever could. If you're an independent hip-hop artist already investing in your career, and you want help building real momentum around your releases, there's a link below to apply to work with us. We don't work with everyone, but if this way of thinking makes sense to you, you'll know exactly why you're applying.